intuition ever creeps up in your life, it'll give you an idea of how often it's there and how often it speaks to you. And if you learn to pay attention to it and focus on it, I think you'll be surprised at your results. Now, when I started playing around with this whole thing, ideomotor response and the pendulum, I came across something called table tilting, which is very old. It goes back to the turn of the last century, late 1800s, early 1900s. The people would sit around the table, put their hands on top of it, and concentrate on it, try to get it to move without physically shoving it. And pretty soon, the table would start to slide around on the floor, sometimes actually tilt and rise up into the air. Now, there's a story of a group of 8 magicians who got together one night to check this out, to see if they could do it legitimately, without using strings or wires or anything like that. And they gathered in an apartment in Manhattan, sat around a big solid oak table, tablet over 150 pounds. Put their hands on top of it, and they concentrated on it. They thought about the table for an hour and a half, and nothing happened. They just sat there. Then they took a break, decided to come back, try again. This time they were going to forget their skepticism, believe it was possible, and only try it for 5 minutes. It was the same 8 men, same 150-pound table, hands again just lightly on top, but for only 5 minutes this time. This time they were believing that it could work. Power of positive thinking. At the end of that 5-minute period, the table shook a little bit, then flipped over, and cracked directly through the center. Killed all 8 men. No, I'm just kidding. But it is actually, it's a true story up until the death scene. Then I just elaborated it to make sure you are still with me. Some of you were, and I appreciate that. But when I first heard the story, I started working on what I'm going to try to show you now. I've been doing this for a long amount of time. And during that amount of time, I've gotten a lot of feedback as to how it can be done. So before we get into any movement, and hopefully we'll have a lift for you tonight, I want to disprove different things that I've heard of in the past with the help of this woman over here. You volunteered for the phone number thing. You have glasses on, dark hair, right there. Yes, would you mind right there? Front table? Yeah, come on up. Why don't you come right here behind this small table and I'll explain what I would like you to do. Round of applause for her. How you doing? Why don't you check some things out? Johanna? Johanna. Why don't you check some things out before we get started? First thing I would like you to do is to place your hands flat on top of the table and run your hands around on the table surface. Make sure that it's flat, not round like a basketball. You also notice it's solid, it's not a spongy material that you can dig your fingernails into. You're right next to the table. The table is an extremely bright light. No strings or wires are attached to it. True? A couple other explanations. Things you might not think of at first. One is that it's done through magnetism. So I brought along a pair of scissors made out of metal and a magnet made out of magnet. Johanna, I want you to pull that off, the magnet, take it off. And step to the table, just run it around. Make sure there's not enough metal to even attract the magnet, let alone lift or move the table. Then you can leave it rest wherever you like. Put the scissors on top, run the scissors around. Now you're going to check the reverse. You're going to make certain there are no hidden magnets within the table, which will be attracted to the metal of the scissors. No attraction whatsoever. A couple other explanations. One is that there's some type of a tape or a glue, an adhesive, either on my palms or on the top of the table. You felt the top of the table, and there's nothing sticky there, true? Just want you to feel the palms of my hand, and make sure there's nothing sticky there. Okay, check that one more time, just to make sure. And once again, we'll take this one step farther. I have this little pocket square. Would you pull that out of my pocket? And place it over the top of the table. Yeah, just... Now, during the entire demonstration, our hands will only touch the table through that scarf. That way, in case I did sneak super glue onto the palms of my hands real quick when you weren't looking, then I pressed my hands onto the scarf and I lifted my hands. I did that. All that I would accomplish is that I would have a scarf stuck permanently in the palms of my hands. And the table would stay right where it is. Because you know that the scarf's not attached to the table, it's just lying there loose. You could pull it from the table if you wanted to. And you did. So now you must put it back. But you proved the point. Thanks a lot. Johanna, I'm going to give you some very simple directions. The most important thing you have to remember, over the next few seconds, should that table go anywhere, you go with it. Just kind of move with the table. If it goes too high, forget about it. While it's up here walking around, just follow it. At one point, I'll say, take your hands off. When I do that, just lift your hands off, come over and stand by this table. Then if this table starts to move, run. Give us a second and then watch what happens. You'll be on one side, I'll be on the opposite side. facing me across the table. We might not look at each other, but we always stand directly across from each other. So keep the table between us. If I'm here, that means the table's moved to here, and you be here with your back towards the audience. Just be careful of your space, because we're a foot or so in the air. If we get too close to the edge of the stage, and you feel uncomfortable, just walk away. Do not sacrifice yourself for the table. Follow my lead. Watch my hand, go. My right hand leads here, put your left hand here. Go. That's perfect. Land right on top of the table. Same thing this side. My left hand leads, your right hand's going to take it. Go. Lift up on your palms, so just your fingertips touch. Just your fingertips. Feel the table, but don't press down on it. Just a light, consistent touch. Don't try to move it. Don't try to keep it from moving. We are back into the entertainment portion of the evening. I just have two last demonstrations for you. This one, if you've been curious about what's been going on, but you didn't really want to come up here, or you wanted to come up here, but you hadn't had a chance to yet, this would be a good chance to give me a hand, because all you have to do is stand up, answer a very simple question, sit down, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So can I find 4 people who have not, the lady right there, your hands up right away. Would you mind just stand up right where you are? And we'll get the lady who was looking for a pendulum. Right there, you ran up because you were sharing one, weren't you? The lady right there. The lady on the front row who was shocked at how many breaks she was lost by how many bottles of wine she drank. It seems a lot, so I'm very pro-wine. So did you want to do this? Yes, stand up. The lady right there. Let me get a guy. We'll get a guy from this side of the room. We'll make this same as rugby man right there. Computer, yes. Yes. You can stay there, sir. You can stay there. Just remain standing so everybody can see. See how excited he is? That's good. We're going to start with, I don't know. I think I'm going to start with the lady in the middle. Lady right there. I want you to pretend for a second. Imagine you could have any type of car at all that you wanted, any type of automobile. If you could have any type of car, what would you pick? What would it be? Just call it out loud.
BMW.
A BMW. Now, any particular model BMW?
750.
Pardon me?
750.
Okay, so BMW 7 Series, that's what you want. You want to change your mind, or you want to stick with that car?
I want to stick with that car.
Thank you so much for your help. You can take your seat. We will now give this BMW to the lady over there, farthest back. You now own this imaginary car. I want you to give me a color for it. What color would you like your BMW to be? Silver. You happy with that? I'll always give you a chance to change your mind. So we now have a silver BMW. I thank you very much for your help. We will jump over to the gentleman right here. You now own this imaginary car. This is your car. It's a silver BMW. I want you to give me a license plate number for it. Give me 2 letters, first of all. Any 2 letters.
LW.
LW. So like L is in Larry, W is in Wally. Give me 4 one-digit numbers.
7654.
7654. You want to change your mind on the letters or the number? Any of them. That's good. Thank you so much for your help. You can take your seat. We'll label that as our plate number, and we will wrap it up at the stage right here in the front row. You now own this imaginary BMW. Those are your plates. You're going to give me a cost for it, a price tag. You may know exactly what a brand new BMW 7 Series is worth. You may have no concept. It makes no difference. The price you're about to give me does not have to make sense, and you can be as specific as you want to be. How much would you like this vehicle to cost? Be as specific as you want.
$1 because it was a settlement for the divorce couple.
$1? It's $1. Do you want to add anything to that?
15 cents.
How much? 15 cents. That's not really what I meant. I meant under $85,000, $9,000. How much?
I have to make more my ex-husband.
What's your first name?
Margarita.
Margarita. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look around the room and choose somebody. Who would you like? Anybody you want. Would that person please stand so everybody can see? How are you? What's your first name?
Eric.
Garrett?
Eric.
Eric, sorry. Do you need glasses at all to read with?
No.
Come on up here. Thank you. You take a seat. We had 4 people. Those 4 people and I had never met or talked before. One of them I never want to see again. You're delightful, even if you screwed up the entire time. Eric, this is the card that those 4 people created. I want you just to read out loud what's printed there so that we hear it all again, and it'll be fresh in everyone's mind.
It's a BMW Silver LW7654 license plate. $1. The cost is $1.
Right. Now, that's the 4 minutes of information. That's the one card that those 4 people created. Eric, I have something I want to show you. Been in my pocket ever since I walked out here on stage. And what it is my wallet. It's my billfold, my travel wallet. Inside my wallet, left-hand side, there's a zipper compartment. That's where I keep things of value, like e-ticket sketches for plane flights, travel receipts, stuff like that. Something semi-valuable in there now only has value meaning for here, this time, in this place. Envelopes. See, the envelopes within the compartment. 2 things, Eric, I would like you to notice about the envelope. First thing is the flap has been sealed. Now, it's not been pressed shut with Scotch tape or adhesive sealed. It's been shut. And Eric, if you feel right there, you'll feel folded up slip of paper sealed on the inside. That's what we're after. The only way we can get to that, destroy the outside. Now, held to the light, you can see the piece of paper. I don't want to touch it. Eric, you reach inside, pull out the slip that you find, and unfold it all the way. There'll be 2 creases to it. And you 4 gave me this vehicle, a silver BMW. License number LW7654, costing $1. You could have said anything at all. You pretty much did. I want you to do me a favor. Read out loud honestly everything I have printed there from top to bottom.
It's 10:42, Thursday, September 16th. I'm on an airplane somewhere between Boston and San Diego. Tonight I will be appearing at the Simstock. During my presentation, I will give 4 people the opportunity to create an imaginary car. Give them this chance. They will select a BMW 7 Series, the color being silver, with the license plate being LW7654, and the total cost of the dog being $1.15.
Wow!
Demonstration for you. I know after sitting in on Pat's presentation, I know he's talking about challenges that you face and stepping outside your comfort zone and trying something different. And I congratulate all of you because I know for some of you, just coming here is a big step in that direction. And I want to challenge you with the fact that when you do something different, when you try something different, when you leave that comfort zone, that's when you can create your greatest success. So I want to close out this presentation by finding someone willing to take a risk with me up here on the platform. It is truly a risk. And I need to find someone who's willing to risk, we're looking for a high denomination bill. We're looking for a $100 bill, and you're willing to take a risk with it up here. This guy's hand up over there, anybody that takes it, one right there, guy right there. Look at a lot of people. Okay, so then we'll go, I don't know, I'll go, I think it's a hard call. Let's go, pardon me? We'll go to this guy, right here. Round of applause for this man, bring him up. Thank you for volunteering, sir. Why don't you come around here behind the table? Now I said, I want to make sure, because we've got other people if you don't want to do this. You do have 100, first of all, yes? $100 bill. You got a $1 million bill? No. I can't go that high. We just need 100. Do you have a $100 bill? But do you have a $100 bill? You have to go back. Okay. So now, who else do we have? There's a guy right there, guy right there, guy right there. We'll go to, I don't know, you're up, right? You're halfway up. So that's good. Did you have a $100 bill, right?
I do.
And you are willing to risk it, right? Because you have to buy in. You have to be willing to risk it. So there is a chance you're not going to get it back.
What's the chance?
I'm going to tell you that to make you feel better about it, that you and I are going to be on the same team. We're not battling against it. It's not like I win and I get your 100. Your 100 is going to represent my check, my fee for this evening's presentation, which is amazing because that's like 5 times what I made. So, Curtis, should anything happen to your $100 bill during the course of this demonstration, it also happens to my check, my fee for this performance. So we are on the same team. We want the same thing to happen. Well, I'm not really protecting your interest. I'm protecting my interest. And by way of that, your interests are being protected. Curtis, I want you to take this pen, and on the face of the bill, I want you to put some kind of a little mark. So that if you do see it again, you'll know it's that exact same $100 bill, not a different $100 bill. Anyway, you want, yeah, it's just an identifying mark. When I can see it, it doesn't matter. Because why? We're on the same team. Now, Curtis, I want you to pick up your 100, and I just want you to show it like this so people can see that it is a $100 bill, at least up front. And I have some envelopes. These are called check envelopes or security line envelopes. You've seen these before, printed lines on the inside. Just slide the bill in there without folding it. Just slide the bill in without folding it. Now, Curtis, you have a couple $1 bills with you, a little bit of tip money. If you do, just throw them on the table. I need 2 of them. If you have 2 of them. There's 1. There's only 1. You don't have any? 5. I'll throw it in. Hold on. Okay. I want you to pick up either my one or your one. It does not matter which one. Just grab one and kind of show it so people up close can see that it's a $1 bill, and then without creasing it, place it into this envelope. So see, now we have 2 envelopes, Curtis, that the size and weight are virtually identical. But one contains much more value than the other. Kind of show it to them, same thing. Then straighten it out. Make sure it's all even and slide it in here. The idea is we have 3 envelopes now that the size and weight are virtually identical. One has a much larger value proposition than the other 2. Taking the right piece of product. Here we have the table. I'm going to hand these to you, put them behind your back. Mix them up, shuffle them around. Now, Curtis, as you mix those up, do not try to figure out which one has. Also, I'm not going to call it your 100 anymore. It still is your 100. But I'm going to say my check, because you do realize they're the same thing. That's true. I mean, that's the way we play the game. The 100 and the check are the same thing. Anything happens to the 100, it happens to my check. So from now on, I would just say my check. But you know, when I say that, I'm also speaking about your $100 bill. Okay, I'll turn my back. Go ahead and mix them up. Don't try to figure out which one has the check in it. It should be impossible for you to tell for certain. But don't even try to figure it out. Once you've mixed them up and you're satisfied, let me know, Curtis. Just say, you're done? Okay, Curtis. You don't have any idea which one contains the check, right? Bring the envelopes out from behind your back, Curtis. Take each one, set it on the table in front of you. But do it in this way. Set them so the flaps are face down, touching the tabletop, and the address sides are face up towards you. Flaps are face down, address sides are face up. And just kind of spread them around on the surface of the table so they're not touching each other. Done? Black magic mark on the table, Curtis. Would you pick that up, please, and take the cap off? Now, Curtis, I don't want you to write on the flat side, but on the address side of each envelope, right there in the center with that marking pen, I want you to fill in the numbers 1, 2, and 3 so that they're nice and dark. That way, if we held an envelope up, at least some people up close could see the number that's there. Just fill in those numbers right in the center of the address side of each envelope, making them nice and dark and big. Now, Curtis, same question. Do you know for certain at this point which envelope contains the check? No. Looking down at the 3 envelopes, Curtis, numbers that are on there, you reach down, just grab an envelope, hold it up, and call the number out loud. Just grab an envelope. 1. Keep it with you. Stand right there. Stand right on this little starburst right there. Curtis, look, these are the 2 you left, right? You had a completely free choice, and you had no idea which one contained the check. True? Mixed martial arts at 42. It's the same thing. Curtis, we had 3 envelopes. One of those contained the 100, which also represented my check. And that's serious. We're on the same team. The other 2 not worthless pieces of paper, but a couple of bucks. Now, obviously, what I tried to do was get Curtis to take the one containing the 100, which meant my check was safe, leaving the other 2 behind to be destroyed. A lot of people think that no matter what my presentation is made up of, that this last demonstration has got to be rigged so that I can't possibly fail. I can say that I have failed. It's happened 4 times. You should have happened to get here tonight. In other words, should the 100 be one of these 2 envelopes, I've understood by everyone involved in paying me, they are under absolutely no obligation whatsoever to pay me for this presentation. Everything is absolutely free. Plus, they also shrewdly negotiate what is called an all-inclusive contract, which means 1 check covers all of my expenses. I flew in from Boston. I'm going to Syracuse tonight, actually, on a red-eye flight. So it contains things like airfare, shuttle tips, room service. All that is tied into the check. Not that much you feel sorry for me, just to get an idea of what's at stake here. So not only would I not make any money, I would actually go in the hole on the whole thing. And a lot of these people just assume that if that bill was destroyed, you guys would go ahead and insist on me keeping the check anyway. It might even cross my mind. Nothing from any of you. So, and this again, what's the risk of that? I would not take payment of any kind. The only thing I would ask you to consider is reimbursing Curtis $100. Because I'm not going to do it. Curtis just thought $101, didn't he? Once you help me out one more time, they have something real quick I'd like to share. It only take a second. Or if this is where you're seated or standing right now, I'd like you to do me a favor. Take me seriously for a second. Close your eyes. Concentrate hard. And pray that that 100's in that envelope. Curtis, come on back here by this table. I have not touched the thing, right? You marked the bill. You put a little mark on it. I don't want to touch that now. Whatever's in there, you get to keep. If it's the 100, even if it's my $1, you can. If it's 100, my check is safe. Go ahead, open it up, Curtis. I don't want to touch it. Just be careful. Will that would it be fine? What do you have, Curtis? I know what Curtis is thinking as he's going back. I'm still out of the box. But Curtis, really, when those went through the shredder, because you didn't really know what was happening, what was going to happen. When those went through the shredder, you had a little adrenaline rush, didn't you? Of course. That was worth $1. Come back to me for a second. I was talking to several people back there. The types of presentations I do are all over the spectrum, really. I work for corporations, and I work for a medical diagnostic company on Monday in D.C., so all kinds of things, accountants, bankers, and you would not believe how hard it is to find someone willing to risk $100 in a group of bankers and accountants. Tonight we had a bunch of you, and I thought all of you were willing to do that. But Curtis is standing in for all of you. Curtis, there are people in here. You're a little different audience, so I don't know how many. Not as many as a normal audience for me. But